you want to have somebody, you want to be married. Know that it sounds like, oh, well,
just enjoy the moment.
I get it. Heard it so many times. You are the boss. You decide if you are going to get paid on today. If you're not feeling well, if you're sick, if you're in a crappy mood and you don't show up, you don't get paid. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Natanya and I'm a business coach, and I help people build profitable businesses so they can see recurring income. If this is your very first time to my channel, welcome again. Super excited that you're here. Definitely hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button and also hit the bell notification so you know when I upload my next video. So it's been a long time since I last spoke to you. If you watched my most recent video, you probably already know about one of the biggest life updates that has happened, and that is I got engaged to the love of my life, and I'm so excited that that happened, and we're gonna be planning our wedding and everything is just so exciting. But I wanted to hop on here and I wanted to give y'all some updates aside from that as to what is going on. So I remember the very last video or the last update that I did was the Get Ready With Me video. That was when I turned 23. So I put on my Instagram that I wanted to do another Q&A life update video on July the 25th. I was going to be going out with my then boyfriend, and we were just going to have a really nice date. And y'all, let me tell y'all, there just was not enough time to get ready. And knowing me and him knowing me, I'm like always late. Still working on that, but there just was not enough time to do a Get Ready With Me Q&A session. So I decided that, you know what, I'll just film it next week, and I didn't know that I was getting ready to be proposed to. So that's why now I'm doing this video. Okay, so business-wise, things are absolutely wild and insane. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, my business Instagram account, I'm gonna be leaving the link to that page down below, so definitely check out the video description box for the link to that. But if you know me, you know that I'm a business coach, and I also do a little bit of like marketing as well. So I mix marketing and business coaching together, and I have basically like a coaching / consulting business where I help women, specifically women, build, launch, and scale their business for profit. So I started my business back in October 2018. I wanted to really test to see if I could have, you know, like passive income through marketing strategies, if that was something that I really could do. The other thing that I wanted to do as well is like have an outlet from nursing school, because nursing school is just so hard. It was such a struggle to be in nursing school and not to have some type of outlet. And I think I'm going to make a whole different video about like passing nursing school, passing the RN exam, and all the other fun stuff in another video. But I started my business for multiple different reasons, but really like I just was not certain if it was going to work. I've seen it work, like other people like have an online business, but I wanted to see if that was something that I could do for myself, and it did. So back in January, my goal was to make 10K for the year, and that was just my goal. Like my goal was, you know, I just wanted to make some money. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it. I just wanted to do it just to say that I was able to do it, because my income the year before that, before I was like very serious about my business and not really sure what to do, a lot of trial and error, I was capping at like 5K for the year. But again, it wasn't like consistent, you know, income, wasn't consistent strategies, a lot of trial and error, a lot of like throwing spaghetti at the wall, trying to figure out what was working. And then in January, I just said, you know what, okay, if I could make like 5 grand for the year, then you know what, let me just double that for the year. I don't know how, I don't know when, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I was just going to make 10 grand for the year. And could y'all believe that I now end up doing that within like days and weeks? And that was because of the consistency of the goals from January up until now, which is August. So if you haven't checked out some of my videos about, you know, like scaling your business or having recurring income, or any of like my marketing videos on this YouTube channel, definitely go back and check that, because those same tips and gems are the same things that I've implemented and I've continued continue to implement within my business now. So January, my goal was 10K, and now I'm running a 50K business at the age of 23. And that is because of the consistency of what I've been doing for the past almost 2 years. So I'm not gonna get into like, the specifics of scale, the specifics of marketing and how to grow your business online. Definitely want to make another video for that as well, but I just wanted to come in here and just like really just almost like pinch myself that I was able to do that. And I believe in celebrating your wins. That is one thing that you're definitely going to see about me, and I do it for my clients, I do it for myself, because starting a business is not easy. Starting a business is not easy. It is a lot of hard work and it starts in your mind. It's mental work to convince yourself that you can actually monetize your genius, that you can actually monetize what you're really great at, that you're passionate about doing. And that was a whole like mind block challenge to overcome in of itself. So starting a business is definitely, if you get to that first step of like actually like putting together a business and launching it and putting it out there, telling family, friends, people who support you, people who don't support you, that you started a business, that is a lot. It's real scary. So the fact that you do that, super congratulations to you. But then moving aside from launching a business to having consistent cash flow was another tricky thing that every entrepreneur has to figure out, because it is easier to launch, but then to have consistent cash flow, they didn't tell me about that. They did not tell me about like, how do you have consistent income past the launch? Because oftentimes it's your family and your friends that are supporting the launch, and that's awesome, right? Power to them. You're seeing those, those sales roll in, but how do you have consistent income after the launch? That was a struggle that I had to figure out, of continuously launching and then figuring out, okay, I don't want to continuously launch within my business. I don't want to have to always launch like a new course or a new digital product. I want to have sustainable, reliable income going forward. And I don't want to worry about like, oh, am I going to have enough for this month? Am I going to, make ends meet for this month? I don't want to have that. I don't want to have the guesswork within my business. So long story short, figured that out. Definitely gonna make some videos on how you can have recurring and consistent income on this channel. But my point is definitely believe in celebrating your wins, because anything within the entrepreneurship creative space and community is hard. So if you have learned how to launch a business, how to have consistent sales, I'm definitely celebrating that, because it is so much easier or safer to rely on a full-time income, knowing that no matter what you do, as long as you come to work and you show up on time and you do the work that is asked of you, you're gonna have consistent income, right? That is a safety net. Whereas for entrepreneurship, you are the boss. You decide if you are going to get paid on today. If you're not feeling well, if you're sick, if you're in a crappy mood and you don't show up, you don't get paid. You don't get paid. And that was another thing that I had to learn as well, that if I'm in a mood, or if I'm just annoyed, or if I, am just not feeling well, if I'm genuinely sick, I may not get paid for this week or for this month if I decide not to show up. So that's why you want to have like certain points in place to make sure that regardless if you don't show up, you're still getting paid. But the point behind that still is like, you are the boss. You determine your paycheck. And that's the reason why we get into entrepreneurship, because we don't want to have a cap on our income. I did not enjoy knowing that if I wanted to be a nurse and I wanted to make over 100K in Toronto, I would have to get my master's. And nursing school did a number on me. Nursing school did a lot on me, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Nursing school was a lot. It was hard, right? It was really, really hard. So I didn't want to feel like I was bound to going back to school to, finally make 100K for the year. And I'm very close to meeting that goal as of this year. Literally, like, this is my workspace. This bed is my office, my desk is over there, my laptop is where I meet my team. Like it's just a different mindset. It's not better than people who work a 9 to 5 because I'm still going to have my nursing job, but like you are getting into entrepreneurship so you can be the boss of your life, so you can live life on your own terms. And just to see my business grow from, you know, January, cross my fingers, I want to make 10K for the year, versus until now I'm at, you know, 50K, almost capping at 80K for the year. Who knows what the next 5 months is going to look like, but I already know that my business is in a very good spot where I can have reoccurring income and I don't have to worry if I show up today or not. I know that money is going to still come in, and that is a very comforting feeling. But I did the spaghetti at the wall. I crossed my fingers and hope things worked. I've had many failed launches. I have DIY'd so much stuff, Googled so much stuff, YouTubed everything, and finally found the rhythm of my business where I can now make 20K for the month or 15K for the month. And I'm teaching y'all how to do that on my Instagram account. So definitely, again, plug in there to see how you can launch your own business and how you can scale your business for profit. All right, so outside of that, y'all know I got engaged and we are 3 weeks into this engagement. And can I tell you that wedding culture is a scam? You're gonna hear me say this multiple times on this channel because I had no idea that things are just astronomically high just because you're getting married. Like I had no clue. My sister got married this year. Last year we were planning the wedding and then COVID happened, so things kind of, you know, we had to like readjust. But I had no idea that wedding planning is it is so expensive. So expensive, and if you're not careful, you will get sucked into the wedding culture. So there's this overarching idea at the back and the front of your mind that's reminding you that, okay, you only get married once, so can you splurge on this? Can you get that? You only get married once, so go big or go home. You only get married once, so make sure that you do exactly what you dreamed of. And there's that thought like constantly at the back and the front of your mind. So you don't want to feel like you're sacrificing your fairy tale wedding, but y'all, it's expensive. It is madly expensive, and like you just want everything, but realistically, like you just cannot afford everything. And not because like, you know, like you just can't get this thing. It's just things literally double. Like I was looking at makeup and I was looking at, you know, hiring a makeup artist for the day of the wedding, and you know, natural soft glam is like $85, maybe $90, and then, you know, a bridal makeup is $200. Like, is the makeup gonna be different? I don't think so. So it's like, wow, I just didn't know how expensive it is and how everything just adds up really quickly. So I'm speaking about this in another video that I'm gonna be uploading either first or after this video, which is the engagement dinner. And me and my fiance we were just talking about, like, again, just how expensive everything is, and how like this conversation of planning a wedding, financing the wedding, paying for the wedding has to be a conversation between you and your spouse or your partner, because there are things that I want and I've always wanted since I was a little girl, and I can't get them. Like I cannot get them. I just cannot get them. Like it's just not affordable. Like given what he wants, what I want, what we both want, what our families want, like I want, like, you know, the works and the bells and whistles. And you know, Pinterest is a lie. Pinterest is good, but the things you see on Pinterest versus what you actually, you know, is accessible is just there's just a gap. So that's what I'm just trying to, you know, figure out. But other than that, I am just so excited to get married and so excited to plan this wedding. I'm really enjoying this season of being a fiance. Like I am really enjoying it because I know that once you get married, like that's it. Once you get married, that's it. It's a done deal. But there's just so much excitement when it comes to like getting married and the process of that. I'm planning a really big celebration and planning the bridal shower. Like all of that just makes me so excited, and I'm looking forward to all of those milestones up until I get married. So I'm really just enjoying that part. I'm not rushing it. I feel like maybe when I get closer to the wedding date that I will feel like, okay, I just want to get married now. But other than that, like, I'm really just taking my time. I think that's the biggest lesson that I've learned is me and my fiance, we met when we were 18. Didn't actually start dating right away. We recently actually started courting together, but I know that there can be like this rush or this like, you know, I just want to get married, I just want to get engaged, I just want to, you know, start dating. And if you're not careful, you will always feel like you're looking forward to the next event and you're not enjoying the season that you are currently in right now. So that is one of the main lessons that I've learned is I've been wanting to get engaged for over a year now, like seriously considering it, seriously looking at finances, seriously looking and having these honest conversations with my fiance. And it's something that of course you desire and that you want. If you're not careful, you'll easily make that like your go-to milestone and put so much pressure on getting engaged that when you finally do, it's just like, okay, now I want to get married. And then when you finally get married, now I want to have kids. And when you finally have kids, it's like you're always on to the next big milestone and you're not enjoying where you currently are right now. And I've learned that it's better to enjoy where you are right now than to put so much pressure on a certain day or a certain moment in life, because society has placed those external pressures. So if I can give any advice, it would be just to own the day that you're in, enjoy the seasons. And I also know that if you are wanting to get married or you want to have somebody, you want to be married and you're not at that stage right now, I know that it sounds like, oh well, just enjoy the moment. I get it. I've been there. I've heard it so many times. Like, I remember like not complaining. I'll use a different word. I remember like talking to my sister way back in January and I'm like, wow, I just want to get engaged. I just want it to be official. I just want to be with him. And she kept reminding me like, it's gonna happen. Like, you know, it is going to happen. And even when we like looked at the ring, we made appointments with the jeweler, we discussed what I wanted for the engagement, I still was not satisfied up until I thought it would be until I finally was, you know, proposed to. So I remember like before I was, you know, engaged, I was just thinking like, you know what, let me enjoy this moment. Let me enjoy this moment and let me not rush being single, because when you are married, that's it. Marriage is beautiful, but I've also heard like there are many married people who wish that they had a little bit more freedom of their single friends. And I've also seen, you know, single people who said, wow, I just wish I was married. So no matter what happens in life, like, you will never 110% be completely satisfied without Jesus. So enjoy every single moment. Enjoy singlehood, enjoy marriage, enjoy being a mom, enjoy not being a mom yet. Like, I keep reminding myself that, Natanya, you're still single. Like, in the eyes of God, you are still a single woman. Up until, you know, my fiance signs his name and I signed my name, paid him full, up until that moment happens, I am still a single person. And I'm, best believe, I'm gonna be enjoying my singlehood up until I am officially, you know, wedded. So that's my life update when it comes to me being engaged and planning this wedding. As I said, I definitely want to take you all on this journey of vlogging this wedding, because I feel like there's just so much stuff to learn about planning a wedding and having a wedding not on a budget, but making it affordable and not going into debt for your wedding. That is another key thing that me and my fiance, we agreed very early that's something that we want to do. If we have to get married under a palm tree somewhere in a park, that is something that we would honestly do, as opposed to taking out like a line of credit just for us to get married and finance a wedding. So I'm definitely going to be vlogging this entire journey and I want to bring y'all along. So if there's any videos or any questions that you have about wedding planning or preparing for the big day, any of that, let me know in the comment section down below and I will definitely make a video into that. All right, so last but not least, I've been getting this question asked like every single week. you're a nurse, business coach, what are you doing with your career? And let me give y'all the real tea, okay? Let me give y'all the real deal. Okay, so as you know or may not know, I went to nursing school. It's a 4-year degree, and I launched my business within that 2-year mark. So I started in 2016. I launched Netanya Creates in October 2018, and I graduated in April 2020. So I've gotten asked the question, like, you know, your business is doing so well. Why are you still in nursing school? Why do you still want to be a nurse? And for so many different reasons. I went to nursing school for a whole bunch of different reasons, but one, I wanted to help people. I also loved the flexibility that nursing brings. Like, you're able to work maybe about 2 to 3 shifts in a week, and then you have the rest of the week off. I love that flexibility. I think that's where my creativity comes from, of just loving to enjoy your schedule and be very fluid with your schedule, and, you know, being able to take certain days off, switch your shifts around. I just love that flexibility that nursing and of course entrepreneurship carries. So that's another reason why I got into that, and of course helping people, and I love biology. So that was my initial, like, I'm gonna apply into nursing school. My parents were of course encouraging me to apply as well, and they were encouraging me to apply mainly for that stability that nursing brings, that at the end of the day, no matter what happens in life, everybody's gonna need a nurse. You're going to still need the healthcare system. If somebody is dying, you're still gonna need a nurse. So that's one of the reasons why they were really encouraging me to get into that. And of course, it's a honorable profession, it's a trustworthy profession, and of course, like, I genuinely do enjoy nursing as a whole. So I started to, you know, dabble into entrepreneurship, as I said earlier, in 2018. And as I said, nursing is a lot. Nursing is a lot. It's a lot of hours. It's a lot on you mentally. It's a lot on you to be very good in school, get really great marks, then also split your time up to be working actively in the hospital to apply what you've been learning in school. So it's a really rigorous program. I think it's one of the hardest programs in the entire world for you to pass. So I struggled a lot with anxiety in nursing school. I didn't have anxiety at all. I did not even know what anxiety was until I got into nursing school. And I had about 2 panic attacks that really just shifted my perspective on, is this profession for you? Can you actually do this? Are you built to be a nurse? And I also heard from like other nurses that, you know, nursing school is not the same in comparison to what, you know, being a nurse is. So still give yourself some time to actually get into the nursing field and get into the career and actually become an RN. So I've heard that as well. But after having those 2 panic attacks and struggling with anxiety and like just being very anxious, very frustrated, very uncertain about, is this the right career for me? I decided that, you know what, I need an outlet. I need something that brings me joy and not anxiety outside of school. And that's why I decided to like launch a business. And again, it wasn't even a business at the time. I just wanted to have an Instagram account. Literally, that's all what it was. And within 3 weeks of having that Instagram account, somebody inquired about like, you know, booking me for a session, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll book a session, why not? So that was really how my business journey started. And again, within that year, after 2018 from launching up until 2019, it was a lot of trial and error, but I realized that if I can make a sale, you know, within weeks of starting an Instagram account, I can definitely make this a full-time job. So that is where the balance of, you know, going to school, writing exams, you know, working at the hospital while also juggling a business, that was something that I had to learn how to do within nursing school, but I did it and it's possible. So if you are specifically in the medical healthcare system or medical field at all while you're in school, it is possible for you to start a business and for your business to be successful while also being in school full-time. It's possible. It's a lot of different challenges that you're going to have to overcome, like time management. That's huge in nursing as a whole, as a career, as a profession. Time management is so important, but it's even more important to to master while you have a business that you're running on the side. So that is what I was doing for the past 2 years. And now that I've graduated from nursing school, I'm currently studying for the RN exam, and I'm still running my business. I'm still, growing my business. I'm still trying to make sure that I have something that I enjoy and something that belongs to me, which is my business. So that's why I continue to do that. And I love nursing as well. So I'm still going to be a nurse. Like, there is no, I'm not gonna have one or the other. I will be a nurse by my choice. Not because I need the money, because I really don't. I know now that I can be a nurse by choice, not because I need the money, not because I even need the benefits, not because I need the insurance, not because I need stable, reliable income, but because I want to, and because I enjoy the profession. And who knows, maybe I won't even be a full-time nurse, or maybe not even a part-time nurse. I'm looking at maybe even being a casual nurse, or maybe going into public health as well. Like, the possibilities have always been so wide in the nursing profession as a whole. But now, knowing that I have a business that pays me well and that I love and I enjoy, and I can also be a nurse and it doesn't have to be like my full-time career, like, that really is the best of both worlds. So that is why no matter what happens within my business, best believe I'm still gonna keep my license, because I worked for my license, y'all. I worked for that. I had blood, sweat, and lots of tears to be a nurse. So I want to do both. And I realize that it's okay for all of us to be multi-passionate, and for us to do what we love and enjoy in life. And we don't have to do something just because we are tied to the money. As I said, my main message is to live life on our own terms, and that is something I believe that everybody deserves. It is owed. You are owed to live life on your own terms. So you don't have to work a job just because you feel that you need the money. Monetize what you're great at, launch a business. And again, you can monetize anything. You can monetize your skills, your knowledge. If you're good at baking, if you're good at cooking, if you're good at assembling things, if you're good at speaking, anything that you are good at can be a source of income for you if you decide for that to be so. So as I said, I'm multi-passionate, you're multi-passionate as well. So you can have the best of both worlds. Okay, so last bit is, what are the next 5 to 6 months? What is that gonna look like? I would say the next 5 to 6 months is gonna look like me planning the wedding of my dreams and taking more time to really do the things that bring me joy and the things that I love. The biggest message will be just to enjoy this moment, enjoy this season. Life can go by so quickly, and if you are not enjoying every single day, like, you're gonna wake up one day and you're like, wow, like, I missed out on these great milestones that really are milestones because you decide for it to be so. So thank you all so much for just hanging out with me and chilling with me in this video. Before you go, be sure to hit the subscribe button so that way you are plugged into all of these next videos that I'm gonna be recording, and definitely follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the link down below, and I will see y'all in my next video.